Hi, it's Liz, and this is just a quick video to show you a quick trick that I do to kind of soften and improve the quality of my colored pencil drawings. As an abstract expressionist, most of my drawings are not photorealistic. They're very stylized, and then to make them even less photorealistic, let's just say that, I do use the cheapest of the cheap, like the cheapest colored pencils that you can buy. They do not blend well. They're just, the lead inside is not the best at all, but they're super cheap, so I use them. I like them. What I do, and I'm going to show you how, it's really easy, is I draw my picture and I have these like I did on some book pages of a book that died. And then what I do is I whitewash. And so you can see, I hope, it kind of softens a lot of the lines. Colored pencils, especially my Crayola, they're very inconsistent. Areas are darker than others, and that's not always deliberate. So the whitewash really kind of helps soften and smooth. So, super easy. Here is just like a flower that I drew, and you can see like it doesn't really look like a flower. I mean, you can tell it's a flower, but it's not a photorealistic flower. But it's good enough. So whitewash, I use gesso, and again, you can see I use generic, cheapest gesso that you can buy. And then you make a whitewash out of it. Now, using gesso to whitewash is about 1 part gesso, 1 part water. Gesso, at least this particular gesso, is so thick. Sometimes I add a little bit extra water if it's being very difficult, because when you mix it, it'll get super lumpy and gross, and then your whitewash effect won't be as consistent. So this is 1 part gesso, 1 part water. So then all you do is you just paint. I usually pick one direction to go. So all my strokes are going to go the same way. And you just do 1 coat. You don't go back and do a second coat. But you got to make sure you get the whole page or piece or whatever it is that you're doing. See how it's a little thicker there? So I'm going to try to kind of, spread that around to the rest of the page. Get some on there, and then I'm just trying not to get it all over myself, but of course, without fail, you got all of me. Oops. So my page is getting really wet. I'll move it a little bit. So I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll come back and I'll show you. And then there's some before and after pictures, and you can really see how the whitewash affected my drawing. Okay, be back. Okay, so it's pretty much dry now. I'm not sure how close I can get. As you can see, right, it has kind of softened up the image. It also adds an element of interest to a piece, especially, if you're going to use this for assemblage, mixed media, something like that, right? You always want to have a lot of different kind of layers and textures and colors and things. So, of course, you can add more layers of whitewash. You can add as many layers as you want. With each layer, your image is going to get softer and softer and softer, but it's going to also get more occluded. And my goal is not to hide my artwork. My goal is just to kind of soften up that harsh colored pencil and to maybe smooth out a little bit of the lines and things, because again, my work, as you can see, they're almost doodles in nature, which is my style. So that's just a really quick trick. I'm going to go ahead and I'll post some before and after photos so you can see in better detail, hopefully, what these 3 pages look like before the whitewash, and then of course after the whitewash. And you might decide that this is a trick that you want to lift and try on your own. I think it's a great trick. Whitewashing is a wonderful way to hide flaws, to soften lines, to add texture, to add elements that are, different. So thanks for watching.